Time is now, cause I and I can't wait no longer. So let's live in one and share the love and just stand firm. What you gonna do now? Stand up, sweet, sweet Grenada. Stand up, little island of Ethiopia. Stand up, sweet, sweet Grenada. Stand up, dance. Watch ya. I have cocoa, nutmeg, yeah man, I na. Make it glow like the locks on my crown. Oh, hear what I say, yeah. Stand up, sweet, sweet Grenada. Stand up, little island of Ethiopia. Stand up, sweet, sweet Grenada. Stand up. What you gonna do now? Stand up, sweet, sweet Grenada. Stand up, way in St. Andrew. Stand up, sweet, sweet Grenada. Stand up, way over Concord.
Are you ready to take your brand to the next level? Look no further than the Chameleon Design Studios, the creative powerhouse behind Key Central and dozens of standout brands across Grenada and beyond. From web designs, animations, and motion graphics to custom video productions, we bring your visions to life with unmatched efficiency and professionalism. Need a logo? Logo design starts at just $1,500, and our starter pack includes brochures, call cards, and letterheads. Whether you're launching a new business, revamping your identity, or telling your story visual, Chameleon Design Studios is the new face of designs. Call us now at 1473-422-8601 or scan that QR code. Follow us on Instagram at chameleon_473. Let's communicate. Call us today.
P&G Enterprise invites you to a fun-filled Easter egg hunt on Saturday, March 28, 2026 at Aubrey's Supermarket, Westerhall Point Gap, starting time 12 noon. Kids will love the exciting egg hunt, games, musical chairs, face painting, and sweet treats. Plus, a chance to find golden eggs with cash prizes inside. The egg hunt is just $10, so bring the entire family out for an afternoon of kids fun, laughter, and Easter excitement. For more information, call 473-406-1322 or 473-449-0369. It's the Easter egg hunt on Saturday, March 28, 2026 at Aubrey's Supermarket, Westerhall Point Gap, 12 noon. Be there.
For more information, contact WeNoise TV at 929-445-4463, or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com. WeNoise TV, the leading streaming provider. Anytime, anywhere, any screen. Access to your favorite HD contents with prices as low as ever. Choose from monthly, quarterly, or yearly payments. This worldwide service is flexible for you to keep up with all your favorite programs, shows, movies, and local programming from home no matter where you travel to. Worldwide TV channels right at your fingertips wherever you are. Latest in live sports, binge watch all your favorite TV shows, movies on demand, videos on demand. You can pause, rewind, fast forward anytime. Never miss 1 minute in entertainment important to you. No contracts, no added prices for sports or premium packages. We certainly don't have to pull tricks like cable and satellite companies. Our product speaks for itself and beyond. WeNoise TV. We have everything like Netflix, Disney, Amazon. Watch your favorite movies, TV shows, and series with our services. With our service, you will get rid of all other subscriptions. For more information, contact WeNoise TV at 929-445-4463, or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com.
Yearning, people learning. Look yonder, propaganda about the Cubans in Grenada, about the Cubans in Jamaica.
And good night to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name is Sheldon Scott. I'll be here with you up until the 10 o'clock hour.
About the Cubans.
It's a Friday night. We want to say thank you for joining us. You could have been anywhere else, but you're here on with us on Talking Points.
people say.
Part of the Talking Point family, yeah?
You buy a fuss and no take no pay. Me say we listen what the
And we want to say a special good night to all of you joining us via the various mediums. Those of you joining us via YouTube, those of you joining us via Facebook. I do hope that you all have had a fabulous day today.
that is done.
That you have had a wonderful week this week.
Doctor,
And that you will have an exquisite weekend ahead.
look yonder propaganda. Me say we listen what the people say. The passes will not have me.
Me say a special good night to my family over there in Carriacou and Petit Martini.
We listen what the people.
That you all are going all well and okay considering the circumstances, eh? Yeah.
The passes will not have his way.
Stanal, how you doing, bro?
In Jamaica, on this rock,
Bossy, your cousin trying to reach you.
ah yeah, people yearning, people learning. Look yonder propaganda.
And good night to all of you joining us via We Noise Radio. They should be on with us by now. Yeah, We Noise. Good night to all of you joining us via We Noise and via Twitch with We Noise Radio. Yeah, we say a special good night to all of you on We Noise TV. Yeah.
Away with the CIA.
Yeah, today anniversaries. You know. Yeah.
What the people say.
You know, there have been 3 major events that I can remember off the top of my head. I think it's more. Yeah. But at least 3 on the 13th of March. Yeah. So there was the 1979 revolution, which is why I'm playing the music. Some of the music I playing there. That I will stop it just now. But yeah, you have that. You have the 1990 general election that took place on the 13th of March.
Nothing can stand in the people's way.
And then you have the 2018 general election that took place on the 13th of March. Yeah.
Nothing can stand in the people's way.
Yes, indeed, because it was Brother Valentino that did that song earlier about the first song on the revolution. That was Brother Valentino, yeah?
People yearning, people learning. Look yonder propaganda. Me say we listen what the people say.
And folks, it's Friday night, so we're going to keep the lines open. 14734407377. You can call at any point in time.
The passes will not have peace.
By this time in 2018, let me see, votes don't start to count and certain people start to pack up and go already, you know. You understand? Yeah.
Me say we listen what the people say.
I mean, the New National Party by now knew they had won, but it's just by how much you win, you understand?
People say, look yonder. Me say we listen what the people say.
See, that's why I have it on today. I have on yeah, keep moving. Yeah, that's the one from 2018 campaign here, that one.
People say, look yonder.
I've got the wristband for it somewhere here as well, yeah? Nice, yeah.
The people say, propaganda. Me say we listen what the people say. Look yonder.
So once again, good night to all of you joining us via the various mediums, and I hope that you all are having a good one. Eh? Yeah, just pulling up, man. You know, sometimes you just have to have your notes and thing, you know. Yeah. And the first one I want to mention tonight is the fishing ban, because I see some people with absolutely no knowledge of what has taken place have suddenly become the voices defending the government in relation to the fishing ban. And again, I'm simply going to use the example. If you, okay, as a man, let's say I was married to a particular woman, and 3 years ago, myself and that woman divorced. That woman is now living in Australia and she's married to somebody else. She doesn't visit Grenada, I don't visit Australia. That woman becomes pregnant. Is the husband going to blame me, who no longer anywhere near the woman? Is he going to blame me 3 years later and say I am the one who impregnated her? It's the same thing with the fishing ban. you are now in charge. The new National Party was in charge. The new National Party knew how to ensure that Grenada's fishermen could have continued selling their fish to the United States market. And that was the situation up until the 1st of January this year. Nearly 4 years into the NDC administration. Therefore, the NDC had those 4 years to deal with that particular issue. They did nothing because they are incompetent. And I'm going to repeat, incompetent. They know not that they know not. And therefore they do not do because they cannot do. You all understand that, right? So these individuals who have been in control of state power since June of 2022 are continuing to blame everybody else for everything that goes wrong in Grenada. And then they send out some incomplete, because they're ready yet, some intellectually incomplete individuals to come out there and try and explain on their behalf. But then again, these individuals seem to have not taken the opportunity to learn critical thinking skills. So they come with these half-baked arguments and red herrings and throw them out there as though they have the facts in relation. You have no facts in relation to things. The fact is the government of Grenada, the NDC administration, failed in what they were supposed to do. You had the COVID period, which for close to 3 years crippled lots of economies and stalled the works of a lot of governments, not just in the region, but throughout the world. There are a lot of projects that could not take place because of what was going on with COVID. And that was one of the things that came in place there. But even with that, the new National Party had the competent people, not the incompetent like in the NDC, the competent people that were able to go out there and explain to the US what our situation is, that had the contacts within the US administration to say to them, hey, you can't go and stop fish coming into Grenada. No, you can't do that. No, this is going to affect these people. This is going to affect this amount of families. But I see them out there trying to defend this thing. Your government failed. Call on your government and tell them do the right thing. They failed. Because while the other government, the NNP government, was in power, they made sure that the fishermen could sell. While they were working out what they were working out in the background, your government came in and left it right there. And now want to blame the NNP. Absolute nonsense. And you wonder how individuals like that could come and say their mouthpieces on behalf of any organization. First, the organization have put out an official release to say that those individuals are not mouthpieces on my behalf. I tell you straight. If I was them, I coming out and say straight, these people don't talking for me, they're talking for themselves. When they're talking in show business, they're talking for themselves. Absolute, unequivocal nonsense. Yeah? Nonsense. Come out there talking all sort of foolishness about this NNP to blame. You had to fix it. It was in place during NNP time. While I was married to her, she was not pregnant. Any children she make, I have them. Now she has moved to Australia. Me and see her in 3 years. Oh, you could blame me for being pregnant. You have to be crazy. I know I am nothing frozen, no way. So it can't be that way. Yeah, I'm positive on that. I ain't had nothing frozen anyway. So it definitely cannot be that. Yeah? And folks, you know something? Yesterday I saw a release on another issue. Yesterday I saw a release come out on behalf of the government of Grenada, speaking to the death of former parliamentarian Mark Isaac. And you know, one, Mr. Mark Isaac, former government minister, former member of parliament, died close to a month ago. it took a month for the NDC administration to finally realize that our dearly departed brother has gone to the great beyond. So anyway, they find out now, so they know now. They've sent out a release now. But then, when you're doing these releases, and let me say this to them directly. When you're doing these releases, try not to use ChatGPT. Get somebody who knows the individual and get the information. Because this part about him, Mr. Mark Isaac, having been in the Senate. No one, and I mean no one, and I mean no one, could tell me that Mr. Mark Isaac was in the Senate, unless that happened before 1979 or something, which I think he might have been too young at that point in time. Unless it happened then. I'm pretty sure it didn't happen between the period 1984 to 1995 at any time. I'm pretty sure of that. But yet still you have the government officially sending out something saying that the man served in the Senate simply because they let ChatGPT write it for them. And you all had to do better than that. Mr. Mark Isaac was consul. Yeah, I believe he was the consul general at one time in, I think, from Canada, US, different times, consul general. But what I know for a fact is 1995 to 2003, he was the member of parliament for South St. George. Let me repeat, between 1995 to 2003, he was the member of parliament for South St. George. Nowhere in that time was he a senator, because you can't be in both houses at the same time. So you can't be in the lower house and the upper house at the same time. That's impossible. It's impossible. After the 2003 general election, I know because I was involved in the 2003 general election. When the lineup of senators was announced, you had the now political leader of the New National Party, the Honorable Emlyn Pear, entered the Senate at that point in time. Mr. Einstein Louison entered the Senate again at that time. Together with both of them, you had Senator the Honorable Brenda Hood, Senator the Honorable Ann David Antwine, you had Senator the Honorable Nigel Stewart. Yeah, that was the New National Party team in the Senate at that point in time. No Mr. Mark Isaac. Together with them, you had Mrs. Leslie Ann Sion, who became the president of the Senate, who subsequently resigned, and then you had Mr. Kenny Lal Singh that came in as the president of the Senate. So I'm still trying to find out when Mr. Mark Isaac was in the Senate, and this is something, this is an official thing that has been sent out by the government of Grenada. And simply because they're using ChatGPT to do these things, and ChatGPT, if you don't question it and you don't prompt it properly, will give you false information. But the mere fact that none of them knew him in between there, all of some of them going and play friend right now, you're going to see, when the day come, you're going to see all of them playing there was a friend and they so know him and they had so care about him and so on. But they don't even know that this is untrue. But anyway, enough on that for them, yeah? Enough on that for them. As I say, this is the anniversary of the NNP victory in 2018. So let me give you a little piece for that one, yeah?
We are the winning team. We are the winning team. We are the winning team. And we will deliver. We are the NNP. We will deliver. We are the NNP. We are the NNP. We will deliver. We are the NNP.
Just more incompetence again, yeah?
So, we will deliver. Poverty rising by the hour. You don't see everybody so that is why we bring him back Jonah. We will deliver.
And as I said, the phone lines are open 14734407377. That is the number you can call to get onto the inside of tonight's program.
Big horrors, they want $10. Unemployment high for people.
It's like these people just can't get any, just a simple press release. Sit down and write your press release. You're telling me you're incapable of sitting down and write a press release. You have to use ChatGPT to do that and then go in and put on their school children that go be reading this thing. We have a call online.
Good night, Mr. Sheldon Scott.
Hey, good night, Camille Teresa Scott. How are you?
And good night to the well, so. And good night to Talking Point family who's listening home and abroad. Yeah. Sheldon, I know so a few years back now to the end of my bed, March 13th.
Hey, Papa.
Yeah. Now to the end of my bed.
Were you
Thank
afraid?
God for life. Eh?
Were you afraid you go and hide under your bed on March 13th? I would have think October 19th you're hiding under the bed, but March 13th I would think you're outside.
Because when that happened, I put on my radio the morning and I hear that time was the radio station was right by where the Prime Minister living there now.
Oh yeah, down in Montrouge. In Montrouge.
Montrouge.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I used to put on the radio only to get little news. Yeah, that guy from Woban, he died now. I can't remember his name. To listen to him only. And I hear a voice saying, "This is Radio Free Grenada." Something so. I say, hey, no man, am I getting the wrong station? I try again, same thing. And then I never called me out and said, "Miss Carrie, they take over the radio station, So be careful, don't go to work." And when I look out of my window, there's a Maloney Street children. They are wild in the town. People passing them lager, some lager car from the Cubans. I could remember the one up and down. These people crazy. Papa God, thank you for life. I passed through some things in this country already. At this age of 68 years now. Sheldon, that was an experience I experienced with these people. Man running wild, crazy. Days we dey inside, we can't come out. Papa God love Grenada. Despite what? I'm alive today, thank God. And some of them ex-soldiers pass and look for me today. Bad food, good night.
Yeah, bad fool, morale boy,
Yeah, bad food are there. When bad food see me,
Bad fool is my boy. Sarge.
yeah. Go inside. Time to go in, Camille. Time to go in. That time we there by the road with people. When you we have to go back inside. You pass to there, look for me in a few hours. Yeah. I experienced some things. In the town of St. George. And the port about God help me alive. Well, a lot of things going on in the country right now. It's not right. Everybody complaining. Yesterday morning, I see the union man. What is his name again? He's in the Senate. What is his name again?
Are you talking about Senator Andrew Lewis?
Mr. Andrew Lewis passed through the little thing on the arm. He gone inside where we is in the terminal. 5 minutes, a guy called and he said, "Mr. Camille, God, I have to go home. I'm going home next week." They say they're sending him home.
So that's the traffic wardens.
He said, that one does work in the terminal. But he tell me, they had a meeting with them. They say the wardens had to go home. He tell me he had to go. And they have some thing that they're giving them the money, and who want to stay could stay. Well, he said taking the money and he going. So I don't know what's going on in Grenada. A lot of things happening and everybody talking now. They never know what you have. You have some people. You have a man that bringing a little piece of food for you every weekend. Bringing something. A man come from America, he come out in England for the Easter or Carnival. You pick him up, you let go your little man that bringing something. That is just as how they had energy. And they just leave. And they gone because a man tell you, "I go make you permanent. I go do this for you." And are you going to vote for these people? Have people like me and others suffering. Today's Friday. Was Wednesday I had to give away all my little blood and fig. Because I didn't want to throw it in the garbage. The people have been supporting me over years. They didn't have money, Mr. Scott. Who could have buy $1? Could have buy $2? Who tell me, girl, I want this thing, but I don't have money. And I had to give. I had to give. I have me rent to pay, you know. Because they bring me rent for me. We're not making money. We fridge had the liquor water and the coke and whatever. Somebody go pass and buy. I want. Because everybody on the terminal is selling the same set of drinks. Everyone at the booth. And everybody they crying out. But some again they have a padlock on the mouth. They pray to talk and they shame. I remember after not Ivan, no, Mr. Scott, after the COVID, the right honorable Dr. Kit Mitchell, pay. I must check them boots, how much boots you have on the terminal. He pay all of us rent for 3 months. But God, if I like, keep me sit down there. For 3 months, he pay rent. Because if he pay rent for us, God bless that man. He don't perfect, but he's a good man. I don't care who vex, who want the right thing, or what I say, and cost me, all you could do it. It's the truth. That man is a good man. That man pay we rent for 3 months. Because some of us would have lose we both, we're still paying. Because nobody could sell. And that man pay we rent for us for 3 months. The only thing we had us to pay was the water bill. That's about $10. That is the only thing. Every one of us and the boss man, Mr. Scott, I go just now. The boss man get the little check. One of them come and tell me that I'm not telling the pay we rent yet. He come, he said, Miss Camille, look, you see that? He said, well, the check give us some money, you know. And number one, old school. I won't call him and him. He come on the show, he said, all of us get something. All of us get something. And Grenadians, I take me 2 heads and hear them saying, keep me sheldon do nothing. You have a man that call in. He's from Soters of Day. Calling every morning. That's what I have to say. That's what I say. That's what I have to say. When he makes some negative comments and shaggy program. If you don't know him. You know? They're not speaking about all the cocaine that they bring in this country and destroying young minds. And I watch people going in the garbage bin. They're looking for things in the garbage to eat. Not ganja they smoke. When I look at that young girl, they say she used to go to school and made, walking up and down. They're wild. They're like zombies in the tongue of St. George. It's that what I see now in Grenada. I am 68 years of age. I live my whole life in the tongue of St. George. I ain't saying I never had it hard. I struggle, yes. But this is the worst. This is the worst. Papa God, oh, call them African. People suffering. You have who are the money, is a fortnight. So, a lot of people this evening stay back. I stay back a little while and say, let me see if I could make a $20. And I end up making a $50. And I also buy a case of water with it. A police tell me, Miss Camille, he's a fortnight man. I little money run today. And I sit back and I make $50. And the case of water is $40. So I come home with $10. But I still thank God. Do you hear? I don't have to lie. I don't have to call radio and tell you that. And I lie. And then when they don't, they call on the radio station and say, all is not well. Because most of the people that I help for this week is big NDC supporters. But them is my friends. We never have no disturbance about who NNP said, them in my friend. And they said, Miss Camille, that you was. I said, girl, take to planting. Take piece I am. Take a hand of pig. Look at a rock pig. And I thank God I could do that. I don't want to call name, but I could do that. And they're sorry, they tell me they're sorry. They're sorry, they go and vote for anything. I don't want to call their name. And God knows I'm talking the truth. Every day, sheldon, people come and say young by me. I mother mostly I want for myself. I come home with $10, I thank God, and when I come home, as I reach my phone ring, my son, thank God. But love all your children who are listening to me. Love all your children. My son called me, Mommy, where you there? I said, I just reached home, boy, I'm tired. I said, boy, you must think tight to the mother. He said, I go send something for you tomorrow morning. I signed myself. I said, because I pay me rent today. And I come home with $10. That's the first time I experienced that kind of hardship. And not to say I don't have little things to sell. I have little things selling. But the people don't have the money. They don't have the money under the NNP. I don't listen to me, people. I'm not saying under NNP, it ain't things didn't so go wrong. They were not perfect. None of us perfect. But I remember when it's a fortnight or end of month, you could buy 4 cases of Carriacou and you put in the freezer. You get in all sell because the people that get there but walking in the road and who working in other places and they get a pay, they spending money. They come, they shopping, go and ask them Syrian if you think a lie. If all you think a lie, go and ask the Indian how is business. By way I selling that next to the terminal. Go and ask any one of them Indians how is business, and you go here or I go tell you. Everybody use some eat a food. You could have hired that. You could have hired that $50. You could have hired $100 for the next week, and you buying all your liquor drinks and what you have to sell. That is the worst, Mr. Dick Michelo. Are you get some money and pay the people? And they send you know a lot of people, they're cutting out their money. Go smoke could give you the story, what they're doing to them as ex-police officers. If they're giving them retirement money, if they're giving them $400, they're giving them 2 now. I only join a restaurant, they're giving them 2. I hear them on the terminal. I hear them talking.
There's a
because the
serious
terminal
issue with the police and that, because the retired officers have not been treated fairly. So the retired officers, there's a lot of money that they should have received that they're not getting.
I hear them talking on the terminal yesterday when they say gospel mad because they cutting down on the money. I hear them mad because there's the parliament. The terminal is the parliament. When they sit down waiting for the bus and man talking, right? They are their wife, they are their outside woman to give something, and the money don't run as it should. So that is what all you vote for.
Don't sell them out. Don't sell them out. You say them men are outside, man. Don't sell them.
They
Anyway,
go try.
You ain't call name.
They try. I don't call no name.
You ain't call name.
They go try now because the election is 8. It could be in December. It could be in December. You never know, Mr. Dick Mitchell, as the Prime Minister of this country, could call that election December. I might be wrong. But a little black boy pinch me. You hear? So they go try to bribe a lot of them, not Miss Camille. As much as I need, I don't want nothing. When I watch somebody send something on my phone to show me, Mr. Cornwall and this lady and this one, and the man with the ears, with the kind of white nose, they don't want them. They don't want them to run. The table thing just stop. Are you right, comment? When I call the radio and speak, they writing all dirty things about me. You don't see why he throwing some of them?
Don't bother with them.
You don't see? Mr. Scott, when I look at My good girlfriend when I used to work in finance as the caretaker. Kim was my good girl. When I watched something the other day, I see where they put her in a place. She had a big job in the Ministry of Health, in the hospital, under the health. What's right, sure? Yeah, so something is not right. Something is not right.
Camille, we go call.
Yes, have a good night, Grenada.
All right, my love. You
Have
have
a
a good
good night,
one.
Grenada. I don't bright as all you are, don't stupid.
Stay there and feel you don't bright as them. Let her feel
Bye-bye.
you don't bright. All right,
Good
my
night,
dear.
Mr. Watson, Patty and Matthew. Good night. They go vex. They go say, good night. Good night, darling. Love you all, guys. Bye-bye.
All right, Camille. Yes, indeed. You all heard it directly from Miss Camille. And you see, the thing with Miss Camille is she's an individual that's in town. And she can tell you what is taking place. She's there and she knows what's taking place. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Hi, Sheldon. Good night.
Hi, good night, my dear. How are you doing?
I'm good. I want to know if talking points will be showing the handing over from Dr. Modest to Mayana Charles tomorrow night.
As far as I know, we will be doing that.
Talking points will be showing.
So you can look forward to it. That's tomorrow, and I'm glad that you call it. You see, that's why I must love all you know. Yeah, it is taking place tomorrow. As far as I know, we will be broadcasting it. But we're encouraging all the people up there to go on out too. Yeah, if they thought the other day was action, they go see action in St. Mark. All right, my dear.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Yeah. So the caller is asking, and I'm glad that she did raise it. She's asking about this particular activity that's taking place tomorrow. Yeah, one doctor handing over to the other doctor. So Dr. Clarice Modest is handing over to Dr. Mayana Charles. Yeah, so that's the official handing over ceremony, and that is taking place in St. Mark tomorrow at the St. Mark Secondary School. If I remember correctly, it starts at 6 p.m. Yeah, so as far as I know, for the information that I have, because I myself will not be there to broadcast. I have another activity that I must attend that I cannot avoid. So I will not be there myself. I would love to be there, especially for my brothers and sisters out there in St. Mark. And our family in St. Mark, I have to trace them. I know my family in St. John. I know my family up in Paraclete. And so I know all my family, Carriacou, Petit Martinique. I must trace, and forget Springs really. Yeah. But I need to trace my family in St. Mark. I know I have some family there. I must trace them. Anyway, so the official handover ceremony, that is taking place tomorrow at 6 p.m. St. Mark Secondary School. And we are asking everyone to come on out to that particular activity. You had a lot of fun up in Paraclete. Now we're moving over to St. Mark. And when you're talking St. Mark, you're talking Sunset City. And you're talking the home of the lioness. Everything that has come, she has devoured them. I tell you, it's an election all this time. So man done home already. There's election night. And man still around in St. Mark. They saw them going home already. They know they lose. The lioness she ain't just beating them. She humiliating them. You ain't seen them even coming back after. I wonder if anybody ever run twice against her. I can't remember anybody run twice against her, There's always somebody new coming up and just licks gone. That one come, licks gone. This one come, licks gone. I'm trying to remember if anybody, I might have had somebody that run in the earlies twice against her. But I could tell you after that, everybody that get a licks is just gone. They're just recycling people to come. They put in people just to say they put people in St. Mark. Yeah? So that is taking place tomorrow. Remember, that is taking place tomorrow starting at 6 p.m. So I am looking forward to seeing you all there. I'll be looking online as well. So looking forward to seeing you all there. But those of you in St. Patrick and St. Mark and St. John and so on that want to go on up as well, organize. You all understand? And it's Saturday, you understand? Nice. And it's starting 6 p.m. So we know that is after Sabbath and thing for those of you. And so, and after those of you that are Islamic have had your iftar, yeah, and so on, and you've gone to your Juma at the end of fasting for the day, yes, you can go on across to that particular activity, all right? Nice. Beautiful. Let me play a song. Let me play a song for NDC and them now. Let me play a song for them.
The NDC administration failed in the first term, and they're begging for another one. Sing for them. Sing for them. They go in the wrong way. Mash up NDC. They go in the wrong way. Cannot run this country.
Yes, indeed.
The wrong way. The leader don't listen. They go in the wrong way. So they divide it. They lie for the people.
Yes, indeed. And folks, remember, this activity is taking place tomorrow over in Petit Martinique. So those of you in Petit Martinique, it was at Tropics today. That's taking place at the Petit Martinique RC School tomorrow. So those of you out there in Petit Martinique who are interested, it's starting at 1 p.m. Head on out to that activity. Of course, it's Senator the Honorable Nolan Cox in collaboration with Taz Recruiting and Manning Agency, Bettel and Associates, Maritime Services and Training Institute. They have that ship job fair tomorrow.
You, brother?
I am quite fine. How are you doing?
Not too bad, my brother. When I want to say season greetings, I've been calling the radio station. I just can't get through.
Oh dear.
But I thank God I get you today.
I wonder why.
I don't know. I wasn't getting through because you know, see, months upon months I can't get you. I can't call. So how things, brother?
I am great, actually.
Right. When I want to see again, special.
It's going to be a busy weekend, but it's going to be a busy weekend for me, but I'm ready for it.
Right. I want to say a special good night again to the NAP family. Good night to my parliamentary representative, Dr. Modest. Although she's doing some handover tomorrow. And we're looking for full support tomorrow from Mariana Charles. Full support. We're asking the people to come out in the numbers. Because I'm ready, right now I'm ready.
And boss,
because I'm a backpack and I'm ready. My jersey is ready, my cap is ready, my pants is ready, my shoes is ready. I'm ready to go.
You want a tambour, right? You want a tambour?
I'm ready to go, Sheldon. Sheldon, I was listening Jenny today, Sheldon. In terms of Andy. And she said, based on the clip she played, and not she said, but on the clip she played, where he said that one of the man in the NNP told him that the project and the foot could not accomplish. He can't do it. And she asked him, well, who is that man? She asked him the question, well, who is that man? And he said that man would have a tower.
Well, without even watching the program yet, because I haven't gotten to it. Usually sometimes I try to take my Saturday morning and follow up on the different programs. And I can tell you it's Alvin she's talking about.
So she said that listening to this man, but he said someone like it. Because I still want to know, Sheldon, about the coconut factory. When coming to answer him?
Well, we're supposed to have gotten $2 million in relation to that. I have been through the budget document. I'm not seeing an accounting for that $2 million that we were supposed to get. So I'm not seeing anything in relation to this coconut thing. Right now, we're supposed to be having coconut tree lap and cut, but I ain't see that. So
you mean coconut tree? Right. There's a lot of coconut tree in existence. They're still on the ground for my Ivan and the
Because remember, the MP for South St. George left Grenada and he went to India. That's when he come back wearing all those Nehru suit and them. So he came back playing Indian, so he started to wear the kind of Indian wear. So he came back to Grenada and he said he had secured $1 million for a coconut program, coconut replanting or whatever it is. After that, he said he came on a forum. I can't remember if it's a town hall or what. He came and he said, well, these people like me so much. They call me and they say, Andy, we're giving you another $1 million. So you're getting $2 million US in relation to the coconut program. So I don't know if the $2 million is on a slow boat from India, but we ain't hear that, we ain't see that, and there's no accounting for that too. Let me explain this part to you while you're here. When you go and you secure a grant or you secure a loan, any money that you secure, you have to account for it in the national budget. So, for instance, if you receive $2 million from the government of India to do a coconut program in Grenada, it must show up in the national budget that project is what it's for, and this is the source of the money. You can check the budget documents and it's nowhere there. So me know if he get the $2 million, but Grenada ain't get it. Because it's nowhere in any budget document. I could guarantee you that.
You know, Grenada mightn't get it, but he gets it. That man must have the money in his country.
Well,
this boy not co-op, no, Sheldon. These fellas and them, people tell me, don't say they cheap too much. I don't call them investment. I can't call it what big word for them investment.
So when saying them is thief, there's thief. If there's thief, there's thief.
That's correct. They cheap too much. And don't worry, but soon and very soon, everything will come to the light. They play the cookie and they dishonest. Don't worry, God is good. And God watching over them. And that's Sheldon, watch it. It's time for these people to go, you know. It's time for them to go. I wish you could just pick up the bungalow in the morning and you just say they leave. As Camille does always say. It's time for them to go. These people just don't care about Grenada. You don't care about nothing about Grenada. Cost of living high, water bill high. Yeah?
My friend,
and saying about you put $10 on the water bill.
Let me warn you. You've just mentioned that cost of living is high. You know cost of living is about to get much, much, much more high.
Obviously.
Because what is taking place in the Middle East and what is expanding, in fact, before I came on air, I saw a release by the president of the United States, where he said they are conducting the biggest bombing raid ever in the history of the Middle East, where they bomb an island of Iran. And then you heard the Iranians, they are mining, they are putting mines. And I'm old enough to remember when they did that back in the 1980s. I could actually remember that as a child, seeing it on the news and so, with when they mined the Strait of Hormuz and so on. And it is going to cause the cost of living to increase significantly here in Grenada again. Remember, things just for instance, care for the elderly is already at 33%, which means that most people in Grenada right now cannot have an elderly at their home and be able to care for them properly because the cost has gone up by 33%. The government has done nothing to reduce the cost of that. Even if you're bringing them to an elderly home, most of which fill up already, the cost has increased by 33%. So if you're paying $10, you're paying $10 plus the 33% on top of that, the additional $3 and 30 cents on top of that. So it is affecting people's pockets. Water again has gone up significantly. Electricity is about to go sky high.
You know something?
If we think we're paying a lot on electricity now, hold on. Hold on. That price of oil that keep going over 100, then dip back down, go up over 100 again and dip back down. All of that is going to be reflected in our electricity bills.
Nice to meet you. So, Sheldon, that's what I'm telling you, these people. And here, you know, Sheldon, they have a tendency to say, cost of living all over the world. But before cost of living, before the war started, the man started jacking up the price. The duty was high on the boat. So don't want to know about because of cost of living high over the world.
Well, it also comes down to this, my friend. Cost of living is high all over the world. But Grenadians didn't vote for a government to take care of all over the world. They vote for a government to take care of Grenadians, to take care of business at home. So if you know now, in March of 2026, that by the end of 2026, and indeed by April, the cost of living is going to increase, you have to start putting measures in place, one, to protect local business, and two, to protect the local people. You have to put things in place to protect people against the cost of electricity going up so high that Grenadians who are manufacturing stuff and depend on Grenlec to provide them with electricity, that the cost doesn't go up so high for them that when they produce something, the cost of the final item to sell it to somebody is so high that it's actually cheaper to buy some in Trinidad, put it on a boat, ship it to Grenada, pay the taxes and sell it, and it's still selling it cheaper than what the Grenadian is going to sell it for. You have to protect your people. You have to say, listen, government going to take the hit in relation to this aspect of tax. And if we're going to take the hit there, we're going to protect the average man. You wouldn't be able to take it everywhere because government survives a lot on taxes. You wouldn't be able to take it everywhere. But you have to make up your mind to take the hit in certain places. But when the Minister of Finance worried about the fact that he ain't going to run for election and they're kicking him out, when he had to worry about that, he ain't studying about the cost of living and the average people. When the Prime Minister studied that he moping and he's sad because he can't jump a plane and go in Dubai right now. He should go. He should go in Dubai. Now we want him.
Yeah, no, he have to go.
Now he should go in
Because
Dubai.
we need her to know.
But he's depressed because he can't go in Dubai. He ain't studying the cost of living here. He's studying that he can't go and live in Dubai. In fact, all of them, because all of them used to be going in Dubai cycling. Every month you probably had a different government minister up there doing whatever. Why didn't go
But
down?
Sheldon, just before going, I mean, I don't take much of the time because what I have the car. And these people turn soil and send the visa ready for the same hospital.
Not that I know of.
They didn't turn soil before.
Not that I know of. But they could turn soil in. It's a custom. Listen. Let me take your mind back to something, eh? Do you remember that the GDB used to have a space along Halifax Street, right across from Bryden and Miners? There used to be a space GDB had there, across and up, right? Remember they had a whole model of what a hospital they were supposed to build over in Mount Gay was supposed to look like with heliport and all kind of thing, place for helicopter?
Right.
And they see a custom with this kind of thing and then nothing comes out of it.
You're right, you're custom that.
I remember that because I used to be in town every day. I used to work. I used to be in town every single day. So I remember that day if you're going up the hill, like you're going up to the police giving signal on the right hand side, opposite to Bryden and Miners, a little after where Scotiabank is there, they had that space there. It had the metal grating, and you used to see the model. Because in those days it's not like no digital, and so it's a mock-up, a model, the bill a model, and they had the big model on the table there. It probably still somewhere inside the building there. Yeah, but that is not a new thing for them turning. So they turned south on the aquatic center. How much months now? You see that building? Hello.
It's okay. I'm gonna get you. I promise.
Hello?
Okay. I promise. Okay.
Yeah, listening.
Yeah, no. I was saying that you saw the sod has been turned for the aquatic center. Have you seen anything move on that?
Nothing.
And let me tell you something again.
And it turns out for a school in Grenville too. There was building a new school. And was building a new school in Grenville.
Why they turn all the sod they turn in is the grave they're digging. But the political grave. Let me say it like that before they say I threaten people. The political grave they're digging. That is what's going on. But you need to understand it in the context of we are staring down the barrel of a general election. They have achieved next to nothing in the period of time. They're talking about the unions get increases. The unions basically getting the same increases they get under the NNP, you know.
Yes.
The same increases they got under the NNP is what the unions getting now, but they're jumping up like, oh, we think every time you negotiate with the teachers union or the police or so, you don't negotiate for this year alone. You negotiate for 3 years. But you see, they're speaking to a population that was not properly informed in relation to these things before.
That is correct.
Right, so the population now believes that this is something new. That this is the first time police getting increases over 3 years. Or this is the first time teachers getting increases over 3 years. Nonsense.
That's correct.
In fact, some of the increases under NNP was more than what the teachers and so on get now.
But Sheldon, that is how they're speaking. They're speaking as if things just happening. Because Andy said on the foot. That's at the 2023.
If I was Andy, I wouldn't talk much about the fort. I thought you said the port. I was going to say if I was Andy, I wouldn't talk about the port.
The fort.
The fort, yeah, right, yeah, the fort, yeah.
Yeah, fort. He said that's at the 2023, and they line so much, and they coming back, and they after the zone because remember you like the Bible says sin go find out, and lie find out, and you know. Because when he lie here, he come back and shoot him right in the teeth.
Well, no, all he has to do, apart from showing us where the coconuts are and the 2 million is, he should show us where the new medical center for the south of the island is.
That's it.
I'd like to see it. I'd like to see the new medical center properly outfitted and so. Yeah, I believe that the south of the island does need a medical center. In fact, I believe what the south of the island should have is a mini hospital. Nothing under that. It should have its own hospital.
I could see that too.
A mini hospital with X amount of beds in the south of the island is what I believe the south of the island should have.
Yeah.
That's for me.
That's a good idea.
Right?
True.
No clinic, no health center. You have the highest population of the island is in the south of the island, and that should be down here. But again, they're thinking so small, they're looking to do a local health center again. While I know from the plans that the NNP had, what they were looking at is a mini hospital in the south of the island. Yeah? So I knew that there was discussion in relation to those sort of things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have the highest population in the island is in the south of the island.
Right.
South St. George has more people than St. David. St. David is larger in size, but South St. George has more people.
Right.
Yes, we
have. I don't want to take much time. I just want to say good night to my Miss Minor child, my candidate to be. I ask her. I pray God will give her good health and strength because she started out in the field already, and she's doing a wonderful job. And Sheldon and I will be behind her. She intend to go to Mount Israel. I'm there because I deal with them. Say, Sheldon, wherever the drum did, that is why maybe I'm not going to do the thing. Because I deal with them, I deal with kids, and I deal with all of them because I walk in. I want my government to be back in power.
Yep.
Right? I want my new government because what we are doing is trash. Shit we are doing. You understand? And I do also Sheldon, I walk in until I walk in with my kid. Because I'm fighting for my government. And that's my government, the new national party. So Sheldon, may God bless you and have a good night. Continue doing the good work you're doing and keep up the good work.
All right. Thank you, my brother. You have a good
bless
one.
Me, God. Bless.
Right.
Yeah, bless.
So they divided it.
Yes, indeed, folks.
They love the culture. Huh?
Yeah. I wonder if I have a next. I think I have another one day. Now, let me see if I can find it, boy. Where you go? Hey, no, not you. Hey, this is the wrong thing. Hey, what do this thing? Let me see if I can find the right one here. Oh boy. I'm finding it now. I'll find it in a while. But folks, understand this. We have the situation where what is taking place in the Middle East is going to negatively affect us. And let me make this clear, because you have some people, anytime you start to speak, anytime you start to say what is going to happen, we told you since last year, we have been telling you what is going to be happening with the Cubans. And I think we have a caller online. Let's go to the phone line. Hello, good night. Oops. Hello, good night. Hello.
Hello, Sheldon.
Yes, ma'am.
I did forget to tell you, I'm Mr. from Guam. I left something for you.
Okay, well, when I pass it to
fisherman. A fisherman, he listening now.
Okay.
So I want him to know that, yes.
All right.
Yes, and to the nice lady, I'm saying good night to her that left something for you. Well, you pick it up already.
Yeah.
I just want him to know that you did get it, eh?
Yes. Well, I did say
but
thank you last night. Yeah.
The man from Guam dropped it today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, when I
all
come.
right.
All right.
Okay.
You know I don't come every day, so when I come. All right.
Yeah, I just want him to know.
Yes.
That you, yeah. But the man from Guam, you say you know who he is.
From Guam, fisherman.
All right.
Okay. All right. I wonder if we I wonder if we could play that one. But let me take it there.
No, it's no time. We throw in and they say in the garbage can. We throw in and they say in the garbage.
That's a special request, eh?
Throw in and they say in the garbage can. We throw in and they say in the garbage can. Till boy in the garbage, full of ton in the garbage. Alin in the garbage, Nazim in the garbage, Gilbert in the garbage, Osbert in the garbage.
I ain't showing Gilbert, I'm a partner.
In the garbage. They feel that we stupidity. We dumb and we cannot see.
Uncle Joe.
See that one to come back and rule we. We telling them loud and plain.
14734407377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside. Remember, folks, tomorrow night, tomorrow evening, all roads lead to St. Mark. And those of you up in Petit Martinique, remember Senator the Honorable Norland Cox, in collaboration with TAS Recruiting and Manning Agency and Bethel and Associates Maritime Services and Training Institute, they got that cruise ship job fair and scholarship program. So head on out, yeah? And I know many of you have your certificates and things through the training and so through Senator Cox before and Mrs. Kindra, Matthew and Stewart. And so I know many of you have your certificate and thing already. So yeah, fix up all yourself nicely. You know? You understand? Yeah. Young song, I want a 2026 version of that, man. Yeah.
They said the PM whining, that is why they don't like him.
I need a 2026 young song. All right.
Behave like children, them fellas could never win with his whole joint of corrupting. We throw in and they say in the garbage can. We throw in and they say in the garbage can. We throw in and they say in the garbage can. We throw in and they say in the garbage can. Some asking where I come from.
And folks, remember, in roughly 3 weeks, the new voters list will be out. In roughly 3 weeks, do your calculations. 3 weeks, roughly, the new voters list will be out. That will be both the addendum and the consolidated list. And let me explain both of them. The consolidated list will be everybody that was registered up to December last year, and with all those that have registered up to the 31st of March will be on that list as well. So it will be a consolidated list of everybody registered. Everybody who could vote if an election is called on that day and registration ceases. Everybody that could vote on that day. The addendum, which will also be coming out, will show only the people. So you'll have two lists. You'll have the full list with everybody, and you'll have the list with only the people who registered between January the 1st up to the 31st of March. So that list should be coming out in roughly about 3 weeks. Roughly that time. Not fully 3 weeks, but roughly about 3 weeks. When that list comes out, we have a responsibility to check that list and to make sure that the people that are on that list should be there. Because I've heard the supervisor of elections speaking and saying some things there. And there are some things that we need to be very careful with. And I'll come to that right after this call. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Clock it.
Hey, clock it, my dear. Clock it. So you just catch me with that.
What's up?
I'm good.
I want to say pleasant good night to all my NMP family. And pleasant good night to your Sheldon and the listening public. And keep on doing your good works so the public don't know that you are talking the truth, not nonsense. So you shouldn't have a good blessed night.
All right, my dear. Thank you so very much. Yes, indeed. But the thing is, if I was talking nonsense, they could have come, cut the part of the program that are talking nonsense, and take it where they are accustomed taking it, and go and show, and say, look, he lying, and pull out something and say, like I don't show with them. I just pull it out and show if I was lying. They could come and show and do it too. Look, he lying. You understand? But make it with sense because go embarrass all you afterwards because I know me don't lie and ain't coming here and lie. Yes, indeed, folks. So I was telling you all the addendum will come out and that will come out, and I was concerned about some of what the supervisor of election was talking about because he was talking about that citizenship certificate that a person can vote in, can be registered if they have a citizenship certificate. You all should also be aware that people who are not Grenadian citizens can register and vote for an election here. Let me make that clear again. According to the law, and I've spoken to the individual I wanted to speak to today, so we will be doing the sections, a lawyer will be doing the sections on Grenada electoral law with me. They will be doing it with me. So you will have that coming in the next few weeks. But you all need to understand this aspect of it. A person who is not a Grenadian, but who is a Commonwealth citizen, according to our constitution, that individual, once they have spent 12 months in Grenada, can register and become a voter. So you can have folks here who are not citizens, but are Carriacou nationals. And I don't think there's any country in Carriacou outside of Suriname and Haiti that are not Carriacou, that are not Commonwealth countries. All the others are Commonwealth. Yeah? So anybody from any of those Carriacou countries that are part of the Commonwealth, so not Haitians, not Suriname, they can come to Grenada, they can stay here for 12 months, and then they can register to vote. So Vincentians, St. Lucians, Dominicans, Antiguans, Angolans, people from the Bahamas, Bermuda, yeah, people from Trinidad, Guyana, they can all come here, spend 12 months, then they can register and vote. And that will be legal. You also have the situation where folks who were born outside of Grenada after 1974, but one or the other, you just need one parent, is a Grenadian, born Grenadian, that person automatically is a Grenadian. Huh? You could confirm it, you could go and get your citizenship certificate and all of that, but you're automatically, you are Grenadian. So any of you who are born on island, for instance, I'm one of them. My mother is a born Grenadian. My father is also a born Grenadian. So automatically on birth, I could have been born in Timbuktu. I am automatically a Grenadian. And I'm saying this because I know many of you are listening in Canada and the UK and the US and so on. You may not be clear on this. You ought not to be able, under normal circumstances, to achieve citizenship through your grandparents. Some countries have that. I believe Barbados and one or two other countries have that. That if your grandparents were Grenadians, you could gain Grenadian citizenship. With Grenada, it stopped at your parents. So your mother or your father. You don't even need both of them, just one. Your mother or your father, you were born in the US, from a Grenadian, a born Grenadian, you are automatically a Grenadian. There has been the process where some people have been asking people to go and get, the Constitution clear on that. This thing about you have to go and get citizenship certificate, nonsense. Yeah, you ain't have to do that. But you are automatically Grenadian. As such, you can come to Grenada, get your Grenadian document, like your passport or your driver's license or your NS card, those kind of things. You can come to Grenada, get those things, and you can register to vote after spending 12 months. But from what I'm hearing the supervisor of elections saying, it's like once you qualify as as a Grenadian, that you are allowed. No. If you have to register as an elector in a constituency, you must be residing there 12 months. There are many people who are flying into Grenada, without having been in a particular constituency for 12 months, not even for 12 days, taking up documents and going to the registration office and going to register. They are not supposed to be registered. And the job of all of us is to identify these people. What I personally have been hearing from the folks in the different registration offices is that, in quote unquote, a lot of people from outside come in and register. In other words, a lot of foreign-based Grenadians are coming and register. And they can't not register them if they provide proof of address. They say, well, okay, there's my address. And they provide a bill for that address. They can't say, well, they're not registering them. But it is up to us to go and make the complaint and say, hey, these 20 people come and register in the tongue of St. George, and these 20 people do not live, have never resided in the tongue of St. George, and do not meet the qualifying criteria of 12 months residing there to register. Because some of them, they have not been back to Grenada since the year 2000, but they're coming back and registering to vote. And some of them, you all know what I'm saying is true, but you all, listen, if you play with this thing, you're playing with the election. If we play with this thing, we're playing with the election. There are some of them, they're born in St. Patrick. They grow in St. Patrick. They go to school in St. Patrick. And when they finish school, they start to work in St. Patrick. They travel. They go to Canada. They go to the UK. They spend 20 years. They spend 15 years. They come back to Grenada, spend 2 weeks at a guest house in the south of the island, and register in as residing in South St. George. There are some of them that doing that and going and register in places like St. George Southeast. Yeah? These people, they have no connection. But certain people telling them, go and register there. We need you to register there. That is what we need you to register. You want us to pay for extra 2 nights for you to stay in Grenada to get it done? We're paying for extra 2 nights for you. Don't take this thing for granted. 1 seat was lost by how much? How much was St. John lost by last election? Yeah? It was under 10. So it means that, and you saw a situation in 1970, was it 1972? 1972, where in the St. Patrick East seat, that seat was lost by 1 vote. I think it was same Winston White, the father of Robert White, going up against Wellington Friday. 1 vote was what the seat was lost by. So, every single vote counts. Your vote counts. Don't sit at home and say, my party win already, NDC give up. Because while you sitting at home saying, my party win already, NDC give up, them NDC going out and vote. Because they're trying to protect themselves with the corruption that they're involved in right now. They're trying to protect themselves. But you saying we win already and we ain't going out. You see this thing about we win already? I want to hear that. Don't ever call me and tell me that. Don't ever meet me and tell me that, because I'm going to embarrass you. It is no such thing as we win already. We win when the last vote is counted and certified. That is when we win. Yeah, don't come and tell me we win already. Nonsense. That is why we all have the responsibility to find the 12 people for last year plus the 3 for this year. So far, we should have already found an additional 3 people. And I understand if you can't find the 12 and the 3, you might find 5 people that you're convinced, hey, it's time to come back home to the new national party. It's time to come home. We used to be on the bus together going to rally. You know what the NNP has done for you, your family, your community, and your country. You know better. We understand that you may have traveled and wandered far away from home during the last election campaign. But you are now coming home. Time to come home. We have to make sure that we speak to people and we bring them back home to the house of the new national party, those that have strayed. We have a call online. Hello, good night. Okay, we've lost that caller. Call back. Yeah. So remember, it is important to go over that voters list and put a name to every face to every name. You have to know these people. You have to know who they are. Because if you don't know who they are, remember, if you check the government gazette, you'd realize that some people changing name and all sorts of things are taking place. People who get citizenship by CBI. And the electoral office is confirming for you that people could get the citizenship by CBI. And then they have all rights as any other Grenadian. So the set of Grenadians that they went and they organized in Dubai. Right now, these people could vote, you know. Yeah, these people could vote. We have a caller online.
Hello?
Good night, caller. Go right ahead.
Good night.
Good night, my dear.
The lunch in Polaris and the blood pressure machine in the hospital now working.
Lord God.
My friend went to get a blood test the day before and he didn't get it because the machine not working and the lunch in Polaris.
Oh,
You
boy.
ever see trouble? You ever see trouble, sir?
That's madness.
These people and them, they ain't easy. They ain't easy. God is good.
If they need one, we could organize a couple for them, because it's important for people to keep track of the blood pressure, because it can be damaging your arteries, your heart, all sorts of things. We could organize some for them,
You know what they tell him? The people in the hospital tell him he had to go and pay for it because the machine they're not working.
So, my dear, let me make sure here we're saying it properly, yeah?
They tell him he had to go outside and get it because the one in the hospital not working.
So one they have in the hospital? The St. George General Hospital only have one blood pressure machine?
Yes, they tell him the machine is break down. That's what they told him when he went.
He sure his blood pressure they're talking about? Blood pressure machine, and is that selling in tongue?
No, the blood pressure machine to take his blood test.
My goodness. All right, my dear.
All right, you have
Thank
a
you so
good
very
night.
much. All right.
NNP all the way.
All right, my dear. Thank you.
Okay.
I feel some sort of miscommunication. A blood pressure machine, It's a blood pressure machine selling in any pharmacy. So I feel probably to test your blood, probably to test the blood itself, probably whatever machine they're using to separate the platelets and them kind of thing to check your blood. Anyway, if they say blood pressure, it's blood pressure. But all I'm saying is that blood pressure machine selling in town. Yeah, it's had that all over. It have many people that have that privately that I'm sure they had 2-3 they would be willing to donate some if they don't have blood pressure machine. My goodness. 14734407377. And folks, again, I listened to the supervisor of election. I'm going to play what he said next week. I didn't have time to cut it today. I'm going to play what he said next week. Because he did not reference that these people must be residing in Grenada, in that place, for 12 months before. And as far as I know, it can't be 12 months like you spend 3 months now and you go back where you come out, and then you come back, you spend a few days, and you go and you come back, you spend another 2 months, and then you go and you come back. No. As far as I know, it has to be that you're residing there, that you are living there, that they're supposed to check your passport and see if you've been traveling, so that they know, hey, this person has been living there for 12 months. But what the officers in the offices around the country have been saying is that a set of people coming back in the island, coming to them and registering there. And they're coming with different things to say, I'm living in this area. And these are people that stayed in a guest house somewhere in the south sometime. And watch out with that homecoming for what could be taking place. But I'll warn you all as well. Don't watch the homecoming and don't watch Carriacou and feel, well, okay, yeah, not until all of that finished to go have election, Be ready now. Doesn't mean that elections will call now, but be ready now. So I know there are some folks, I've heard it before, I've been around the block, I've heard it before. There are some folks that there and they say, I'm just waiting for the thing to call for me to start calling them radio program and them. Nonsense. I'm just waiting for the thing to call for me to start to do my thing. Nonsense. Stupidness. Come and tell me that. Nonsense. What do you mean you're waiting? It is not the NNP to ring the bell, It's not the NNP to call the election. The Prime Minister could go tonight to the Governor General. He and she could be sitting down there right now having a glass of wine, and then he say, listen, dissolve Parliament on Monday. He could do it. He can do it. And the writ could be filed and dropped off on Monday. You just see the thing post up all over the place. Parliament dissolved. Election, nomination days, this election days, that. Then is when you want to go and start to do your thing, as some people say. Then is when you want to come and decide that you're going and help people out there canvassing and doing the work already. Help them. Don't wait until you see, oh, well, I see them boss and them ready. We go in and rally here. Or we see NDC going here. What we doing? You would know what we're doing if you're taking part. So once you're saying what we doing is because you're not taking part. You have to take part. You have to be part of the entire process. Yeah? Once we do what we are supposed to do in the way that we are supposed to do it, so it's not just doing it, you have to do it in a particular way. Once we do what we have to do in the particular way that we have to do it, I guarantee you, just like a few years ago, we were celebrating around this time in the night already. Yeah, man, I was on my way up to Bourgeois. Yeah, I was on my way up to Bourgeois already, going and, join the celebration up there. Who passing with 15 broom in the back of the car and all kind of thing. God rest his soul in peace. Yeah? Going up to the Northwest already. If you want that feeling, if you want that celebration, there is work to bring that in place. It don't happen just so. It don't happen through good wishes. It happens through hard work. So we all have to work to make sure that it happens. Yeah, you want to be celebrating election night? Instead of sitting in a corner and wondering, boy, what happened there, boy? You mean them people go and vote them people, boy? You're not supposed to be in that situation. Do the work. Yeah? The work is canvassing. The work is spreading the message of the new national party out there. The work is helping in whichever way you can in the constituency you are. And I say whichever way you can because we know we're dealing with a group of people that vicious and bad mind. We know we're dealing with a group of people that the perks that they're getting right now, the salary that is double what NNP ministers used to get, the travel they used to travel every minute they're gone, the vans that they get to go and sell saltfish, the extra money they're getting in the constituency, they want to lose them thing. They want to hold on to that. They want to hold on to the ability to do what they have been doing to you for the last nearly 4 years. To be able to, when you're getting kicked out from your job, because that one is not one of us, and you can't get construction materials because that is not one of us. Or you could be in Carriacou sleeping in a tent on the 13th of March 2026 after the hurricane passed in 2024 while they're studying to build houses for the NDC friends and the NDC family and the Chukina NNP here and there to make it look like they're doing it across the board. But then you still in a tent and your materials sit down there because they start building it and then they leave it over a year now. And they can't tell me that is not true. I know it for a fact. So folks, we have a job to do. I tell you, when I heard this thing about the 12-month thing, that got me worried, Because I realized that some of them ducking from the 12-month talk. You cannot, let me repeat, you cannot be based in the United States, been there for the last 5 years, come back and register as an elector in a constituency that you have not resided in for the last 12 months. That is the law. If it is found that you have done that, your name has to, not might, not could, not maybe, your name has to be struck off from the voters list. And for those of you that may be unaware, the qualifying criteria to be a voter in the state of Grenada is that your name has to be on the voters list. Not that you have a voter's ID. Not even that you have any ID. The qualifying criteria for you to vote is that your name must be on the voters list on election morning. So you have to constantly be checking to make sure that it's there. And as I say, don't be selfish with the check-in. Check for you, check for others as well. Make sure that your name is on the voters list. I think we have a call online. Let's go to the phone lines. Hello, good evening.
Hey, good night, Sheldon. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm quite fine. Go right ahead.
Yes, good night. I want to say good night to you, Sheldon, all the Talking Point family. Blessed night. Have a happy weekend. Sheldon, you know they call soon, and I think either General PP or Super P sang a song. Everybody peeping. And when I look at what they're seeing in Grenada, all the major,
Peeping is super P.
super P, yeah.
Yeah.
And all them means are them tipping. All the different wherever they pass, it tip the tipping. What they tipping and enlarging the pocket. You have people working under government. They work. When to get paid, they're private to get paid. They don't have money. They don't have money to pay the people when they work. And the more they have people when they pay the workers, they still continue to thief. And when they say more the devil see, more the devil want. The devil can content. I consider the NDC ministers as close associate to the NDC who work in. Right? When they look at what they are seeing, you tell us, well, boy, if I vote for you and I see you thieving so, and you have someone that is head of cabinet, he don't say nothing, he gives his blessing to it, I have to do it. I have to do it. So right now, people close to the NDC, integrity is out of the door. Out of the door, because they know they're going on Sheldon, so they have to enrich your pocket. And I consider they go in politics to enrich themselves, make themselves millionaires. So whenever election call and they last, they know that is the end of the career. I want to say to the young men outside there, NDC policy, what they want you, they come around you and tell you, vote for you. Vote for them, they will employ you. But when you vote for NDC, enough for you to get work, enough for you to get work and to get when work get paid, is to make them richer up from your vote that you vote. You vote for them, your parents that vote for them. You remember the speech what the Prime Minister made in Bushejo? Because a Prime Minister saying something, not like an ordinary person. A Prime Minister has weight and making a statement. The only NDC, only people that should get work is the real NDC. And if the only how those NMP we get, even the slip through the cook and the NDC don't know them, that's how they're going to get work. So the young people, when next get registered to vote, so that when you vote, when you vote for NMP, you make sure that NMP in power, they go employ young people. They go uplift the young people. Make the young people smile. Your parents will smile. They go find work for your people. They find work. They will make the environment for your parents to get work. But NDC policy, they just use you, speak nice, talk to you in your ear. That sounds nice. But the nice talk is speaking to you, the young people, it's just brango. It's just brango for you to vote for them to make them richer every day. And when they get richer every day, young people, they don't care about you. They don't see you. Look at understand the wardens going home. The workers are working on the bus terminal, they're going home. But actually, when that happened, what happened to the country? More unemployment taking place. The people had a family to take care of. This government, they don't have a heart. They don't care about the people. But you, the young people, I really want to encourage you to vote for NMP with a strong leader of Emily Pear, with a good team behind her. When electrical MP win, Grenada will restore to where it was before the last election and will be better off where it was before the last election. So we get registered and to vote out NDC and the commission because they are no good. He's not a good leader for the people who are compete matter. Sheldon, have a bless.
All right. Thank you very much, caller. And I'm seeing one of the listeners asking a question. Sheldon, how many times we have had election on the 13th of March? We've had elections on the 13th of March twice. So we've had elections on the 13th of March 1990, which means that election would have been called by then Prime Minister Ben Jones. Yeah? So that election was called by Prime Minister Ben Jones of the TNP, and that elections came in, for 1990 was the 13th of March, and the NDC joined up with the other parties and formed the government. Yeah, they didn't win outright. They just joined up with the other parties to get a majority to form the government, right? And then you've had the 2018 general election was also on the 13th of March. So twice that we've had that. I'm trying to remember as well if there's another thing that took place on the 13th of March. And there's a monument in Latant. Although you don't generally see it because it's not upkept to the level it should be. But there's a monument in Latant to some people that died there due to something that happened many years ago. And if I remember correctly, I'm wondering if it's the 13th of March or the 19th of June, but it's another date. I have to double check on that one when I'm passing through St. David one of these days again, because that monument should still be there. All right, 14734407377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside. And yeah, I'm still trying to understand this one. That nah man, can't be blood pressure machine. That hospital's supposed to. I know that the Grenada Nurses Association bring down Nurse Wendy. I know that the Grenada Nurses Association bring down real blood pressure machine for the hospital and them clinics and so on before. So for them to not have one, something definitely had to be wrong. For them not to have no. Had to be that to test your blood, man. Not the blood pressure, but to test your blood itself. I find it hard. Yeah, I find it real hard. Yeah, so Maria, yes, it's the 13th of March 1990, 13th of March 20th of March 2018. Those are the two times that we've had elections on the 13th of March. And then the other time, government changed on that date, but it didn't change legally. You understand? There was another kind of thing that happened that time, and the thing changed. All right? So 14734407377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside. Folks, I'm seeing quite a few people saying the song, Young Song. I've seen a lot of people saying you had to redo the song. Yeah, nice. They say you had to go in studio and update the song. They want the same song, just update it. Nice. Songs are one thing, people, but the work is important. Yeah, the work is important. Nice? Yes. And I'd like to congratulate all of you who I'm seeing out there doing the work so far. And I want to congratulate, before you all go, those of you that are not going and join them right now.
Wait now, who talking about? Till boy.
And folks, tomorrow, remember, tomorrow, all roads lead to St. Mark, eh?
You can't run away. Hold him.
All roads lead to St. Mark. Tomorrow, they're heading up there to the St. Mark Secondary School from 6 p.m. So while we may broadcast, and I'm still saying may because I'm trying to finalize one or two things there. While we may broadcast, the best option is to be there in person, eh? So head on up. Nice. I see all kind of people say they want to go and run it. Say, well, come. All of you want to come and run in St. Mark. Come and run. Or you could run, or you could walk, or you could crawl, or you could high jump, or you get the same cocktail. Come. Yeah? All you come. No problem, bad. All you come. Yeah. Save us from Andy and Deacon.
We down on we knees. Rescue us from NBC, please.
And we ballin'.
People ballin'. Poor people suffering. They can't take it again. Oh Lord, put a hand.
Save us from Andy and Deacon.
We down on we knees.
Rescue us from NDC, please.
And we ballin'.
One sheldon is as good as another.
Ballin'.
Zingo, let me say a special good night to you, bro. It's been a while. Evelyn Alexander.
And for 4 years we paid. We vote incompetence. Hoping for that.
Penelope, good night to you.
Bacchanal, like a set of school girls.
Yes, indeed, folks. Don't take that electoral discussion for joke. And we need to stop the lackadaisical attitude that some of us have. And I'm saying some of us, that does include myself in it too. That every night we would hear me talking about this, and then you hear election call, and when election is called, the same people you've been saying this to every single week, go and register, go and check, go and register. You come and you find out your name not on the list. Yeah? I often use the example. A good friend of mine in another country, in an election a few years ago, following the candidate everywhere around. If the candidate go to hell, they was following him there. Everywhere the candidate go, they follow him. Come election day, they can't vote. Why they can't vote? The name not on the list. Yeah? But they following the candidate was wrong. Because they're supposed to make sure that the team that are around them and everybody following them, they check for them. But that person also had a responsibility to make sure that if they really love the candidate and they really love the party, that they were registered as well. And they did not do that. Yeah? So we have a personal responsibility outside of the NNP doing what the NNP is doing. And you all are seeing that the NNP is doing. You're seeing the candidates out there. You're seeing the teams out there. Yeah, you're seeing the activities happening. So you're seeing your NNP on the move. You see us? We keep moving. You're seeing your NNP on the move. So you have a responsibility to work along with your party and keep moving as well. You have a responsibility to assist your party by doing what you need to do. Yeah? Just making sure that I make that point clear, because a set of these people come in and register that should not be registered. I, Sheldon Scott, cannot look at the list for St. Andrew Southwest. I can't look at the list and say that that person, and that person shouldn't be there. I can't do it. I don't have the ability to do it. But the people who live there, you all have the ability to do it. You know if you're seeing these strange names, and don't think that the names are all names that look foreign. Don't think it's a Mojochowski and Lang Fu and all kind of, don't think all the names look like, some of the names look just like our names here. But they ought not to be registered, because not all of the people by citizenship, by investment. A lot of these people are people that might come and register in St. Andrew Southwest, but never live there a day in their life. They might be from St. David. They never live in St. Andrew Southwest a day in their life. But they come and register there. So you might see the name. The name might be a normal Grenadian name. You know, we have names when you watch it. You know, that is one of our Grenadian. So it might be one of those names. So we have a responsibility to check all. We must know who that name, we must know who face belong to that name. And we must know that that person is legally able to be on the voters list for that particular area. Don't let them trick you. Don't let them pull no voter padding and gold and ballot and thing on you. Don't let them do that. Yeah? Don't be influenced to hush up by the social media political sock puppets. And some people will wonder, is a sock puppet political? Yeah, a political sock puppet is a person that just go out there and just talk nonsense. You know, like you used to make them sock, you used to take socks and cut it and thing and make a little puppet and thing. Yeah, some of them is the leadership that had a hand in them, and they're like a sock puppet, just talking nonsense out there. So them political sock puppets that you see jumping up on social media, trying to cuss you every time you say something, continue saying more. Don't let them silence you. You have the right as a Grenadian to speak your mind, to hold your views, to associate with whichever organization you want to associate with. We are not in North Korea. No matter who want to walk off plane like if they're in North Korea, no matter who want to make people in the public service sign thing that you can't say if you're seeing any corruption within the public service, you have constitutional rights as Grenadians. that nothing they could make you sign, no law they could bring could go against what's in the Constitution, and the Constitution says you have those rights. So they can't breach those rights. They can't break those rights. Nothing stands higher than the Constitution. Nothing and nobody. So all who feel that they have power and others had power and didn't know how to use it will find out. They will find out who really have power in the country. It is not those people that are in office right now. The power is in your hands. You have the power. You see what is going on with our Grenadian economy. You realize that tourist visitors are down. Yeah, visitors to the island are down. If you're working in town and you're around town, you will see it for yourself. Visitors to Grenada are down. They don't have the amount of visitors that we was having before. We're not having it now. It has reduced. The only thing saving is the St. George University School. Yeah, that's the only thing that's saving right now. And then they're trying to squeeze the last dollar out of each and every one of us. And they're not going to take measures to protect us. I remember in 2007, 2007 going into 2008, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, then Prime Minister, called his Carriacou colleagues and said, hey, we need to have a meeting and discuss a very important issue here. The way we see things going, the economy and so on going, it's heading for crisis in the world, and we need to have a meeting to discuss how we're going to protect ourselves and our countries. I remember that. And when I remember things, I could pull things and find it. So if they tell me a lie, I go and find it. But he called the other Caribbean leaders and said, listen, we need to ensure that we safeguard ourselves. This thing is coming. We see the signs of it. We need to safeguard ourselves. Yeah? That is visionary leadership. It is visionary leadership what I played for you last night when you heard the leader of His Majesty's opposition, political leader of the NNP now, Honorable Emlyn Pear, said to the NDC government, use proper diplomacy. Yeah? Strategic diplomacy. Now you can't go out there, be making stupid statements like the Minister of Foreign Affairs and the Minister of Finance, making stupid statements like take the visa if all you want it. Because while they go take the visa from you, it also affects me, it affects you, it affects our ability. The child who has been found with leukemia or cancer, unfortunately, or has a heart problem and needs to travel to that medical center in Miami or in New York to get that life-saving surgery done. And they can't travel because those impositions have been put on Grenadians simply because of the stupid statement of Andal and Cornwall. I don't think it ain't happen. There are people who under normal circumstances would have gotten visas to travel to the United States to sort out medical issues and sometimes just tourist visas and so. And they ain't getting it. When they go, they're getting turned back in Barbados. And it's not that these people don't qualify. It is because the US has taken a particular stance regarding Grenada due to the dunce statements of these two individuals. But the time will come to pay them back for that. The time will come when Grenadians can stand and go and cast their ballot and correct what was done back in 2022. Because in 2022, we allowed a group of incompetent people to slip into leadership of our country. But whether it's 2026 or 2027, they definitely can't go till 2028. Whether it's 2026, 2027, whether it's in April, or whether it's in May, or whether it's in June or July, whenever it is, you will have the opportunity to ensure that you can fix that problem that we have right now by getting a group of very intelligent, capable, competent with track record of achievement in every single case. You can look at the team of the New National Party and you could see people that achieve things in life. You can see people that have a body of work that they can show that over the years they have given back to their community. Not people that was fighting against the state of Grenada over the years, but people that have been fighting for the state of Grenada over the years. You will have the ability to fix the error that was made back in 2022. Folks, that is all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. It's been wonderful being here with you. In everything you say and do it safe and secure. Want to be speaking to and with you and not about you. Remember, tomorrow, all roads lead to the St. Mark's Secondary School. That is going to be for the handing over to Dr. Mayana Charles by Dr. Clarice Modest. And then remember, for those of you in Petit Martinique, there's that activities taking place at the RC school, starting from 1 p.m. going down until 7, where you can get the opportunity to go and work on the cruise ships and so on. Yeah, so make use of the opportunity. Folks, I am out. Do enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe out there. Huh? Yeah, be safe out there. I hear the police find some thing there today. Papa, yo, over 1,000 rounds of ammunition was found in a certain person, and gun and thing too, you know. I didn't hear about that yet. I hear about it already. Over one, including armor piercing. In other words, if them police wearing bulletproof vests, this person had bullet that could have passed through the bulletproof vest and kill the police. Yeah? Bullet that could pass through vehicle and kill the officers, and so over 1,000 rounds of assorted ammunition and a firearm. Well, you didn't think I know. It was found today. Folks, I am out of here. Enjoy your weekend.
People get ready, cause the greenhouse is open. You don't need no passage, just walk right in. People get ready, cause the greenhouse is open. Everyone welcome, just walk right in. In a critical state, don't wait until it's too late. Hopelessly we have roamed. Now this house is a home. Man, how could you sleep at night when poverty and hunger we got to fight? You gave nothing but disrespect and neglect. Through representation you forget. Representing the rich and mighty while neglecting the poor majority. That's wrong. But there comes a day when our finger got something to say. People get ready. The greenhouse is open. Don't need no passage, just walk right in. People get ready, cause the greenhouse is open. Everyone is welcome, just walk right in. No more will you fool the people with propaganda, lies and ramble. No election come again, you're still complaining and playing the blame game. No blind and empty promises won't work for you in this crucial day. Only the house can deliver that much needed shelter. People get ready, the greenhouse is open. You don't need no passage, just walk right in. People get ready, cause the greenhouse is open. Everyone welcome, just walk right in. People get ready, cause the